Welcome back to the Adaptive Athlete Podcast, the place for conversations with adaptive athletes in the CrossFit space and beyond. I'm your host, Matt Hotho. On today's episode, I'm talking with Jacob Peterson, an adaptive powerlifter from Alabama who was born with mild cerebral palsy after a stroke at birth that by all medical accounts should have ended the story before it even started. Jacob grew up playing sports, competing in ultimate frisbee for years, and when a foot injury took running off the table, he found his way into the weight room and eventually into competitive powerlifting through the USAPL Adaptive Athlete Division. And 3 years into that journey, he's just come off the platform at the 2026 Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio, where he earned Best Lifter in the Adaptive Open. So we're dropping this one during Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month, and Jacob gets pretty candid about what that journey has actually looked like. The tough times, the slow building of strength, and the moments when something shifted. So here's my conversation with Jacob Peterson. Welcome back to another episode of the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. I'm here with Jacob Peterson. Jacob, how's it going?
Doing all right, Matt. Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome, dude. I'm excited to have you here. This is we're releasing this episode during CP Awareness Month, which is March. So, Jacob, you just like me have cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So we're in good company.
That's I'm not used to talking to anyone that has CP or mild CP. So this is going to be a very interesting conversation.
It's all right. It's always different. It's always fun to talk about it because I think other people experience it differently, grew up with different experiences, that kind of stuff. So for you, what was it like growing up with CP?
Honestly, just felt kind of lonely. And I feel like a lot of people have that same story where you're the only, or you're different, and you know what it is, but you can't really. You obviously can't change it, and especially growing up with it, learning how to live with it, and to battle through it at some points is really hard. Because I had to get into my story a little bit. So I was born with after I was born, I had a grade 4 brain bleed in the left side of my head. For those of you that don't know, I essentially had a stroke, like one that should have killed me. The doctors said I would be a vegetable, and my dad said, "Yeah, that's not going to be my son. I'm not going to allow that to happen." And he donated the legal amount of blood that you could donate to make sure I would be okay. And from there, outside of having CP, I was a pretty normal kid. I played sports. I ran around, got into trouble. I grew up in the 90s, so it was just...
We were running around everywhere.
Running around doing everything. So, I had a pretty normal childhood.
Did you find that when you were running around with kids, though, it was hard to keep up? Fatigue-wise?
Because back then I was wearing... that's back before I had any of my surgeries when I was really young. When I was really young, I had to wear a brace on my right leg. And before I had the corrective surgery, I had it was always trying to keep up with them while I had the brace on was always a chore. Kind of sucked, if I'm being honest. And it was hard keeping up with other kids. But after I got I had 2 surgeries when I was a kid. I had a Botox injection on my right side, which is my affected side, and that essentially opened up my arm to where I could have more mobility, more use out of my arm, and even be able to pick things up, grip things, so on and so forth.
Before that, your arm was kind of just stuck.
Yeah, it was just you can't see it from my camera angle, but it was essentially jammed. Yeah. I don't have to explain this because you know how that feels. But when your affected side kind of locks up, for lack of better terms, that's where my right arm was. And I also had a Achilles lengthening surgery about 2 years after that, to fix a walking issue that I was having.
You were like toe walking?
Yeah, bingo. Yeah, toe walking. I was.
It's like he knows. It's like he
Yeah,
knows.
it's dude. It's crazy. But yeah, I was toe walking, and that having that surgery corrected it. So
you did the Achilles lengthening, the Botox. When you talk about your arm being stuck too, I just want to go back to that for a second. Your arm locking up.
Yeah.
Does that happen to you still as an adult, like when you get startled or when you're stressed out or maybe tired or sick?
How is it that you know that? That's crazy. Yes.
No, I'm actually, this is really fun to hear because I'm 40. So I'm used, I will be 40 when this releases. So I'm used 7 years down the road. And it's remarkable how I've been training for the last like 5 years, but I took some time off and life's been a little stressful. And I've noticed more that like the right arm is creeping up and like it's the wrist is kind of falling over a little bit. Like I'll train it back to shape, but it's annoying. I'm having to stretch it kind of like you're doing right now. Like I spend time at work just kind of stretching it when I'm bored and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's annoying for sure. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like anytime, and my wife knows this all too well. It'll like anytime I start getting nervous or startled or like any like extreme emotion, and by extreme I mean like sadness or anxiety, anger. You just pick an extreme emotion, and my arm will literally just lock up, and it won't do anything.
Yeah. Does it? So we'll get into what you do as a competitive sport right now, but when you're doing sports, I mean, does it impact you as well when you're doing sports? Let me rephrase that question actually.
Yeah.
Does it impact you when you're doing sports when the pressure gets high?
Sometimes, when I used to play Ultimate, when I was playing Ultimate, that's definitely Ultimate Frisbee. For those that don't know, I would get locked up, and really when that happened, I would just kind of have to fight through it, just because I had to. I couldn't just take a break in the middle of the field and just stop what I was doing. I just had to fight through it. So
yeah,
I've gotten pretty good at ignoring it in a competitive situation, and just kind of driving myself through it, because I don't have another option. I've got to get through it.
Mm-hmm. Right. You've got to complete the task or whatever you have at hand in the competitive situation. So you mentioned that you played Ultimate for a while. Yeah. What was that like playing Ultimate again with CP? I mean, I always think about that and I'm like, well, people know what side they have to defend me on.
Yeah. So with that, it was weird when I first started playing competitively. But once I got used to it and understood everything, it was really just second nature. One of my first times I ever played competitively, I was out on the field, and I played in a summer league in Birmingham, Alabama, and one of my teammates was on the sidelines. Apparently I like dropped it or something like that, and one of the guys on the other team comments, "Well, he probably would have caught it if he would have used two hands," not knowing I had CP.
Yeah,
because this is only a handful of people know me and know my story there at that point. And one of my teammates, he doesn't snap at him or get angry. He just says, "Hey, man, Jake's got mild CP. He's got mild cerebral palsy. He can only catch with his left hand. He's doing the best he can." And yeah, that's something that, to answer your question, it's not. It got to a point to where it wasn't hard for me, but at the same time, because of my CP, I had to actually cut my Ultimate career short, because I developed either tendonitis or plantar fasciitis in my right foot, and it got to the point to where like I did something for like 3 years ago. It was the end of it was end of season in August. I came down on my foot, did something. Still to this day, don't know what I did, but that actually forced me to do what I'm doing. Forced me into what I'm doing now, which is powerlifting. Because like I couldn't run. The one thing that I loved to do was run, because I just always ran, and that identity was taken away from me because I injured my foot. And I'm gonna get into my story real quick. So I've been on a health journey for about the last 3 years at this point. And when I started my health journey, I was broken. I mean, I'm gonna come out and say it. I was in a dark place. I was broken. I wasn't happy. And I found this company called First Form. And through First Form, when you sign up with them, you get paired with a NASMA certified advisor. They help you with your macros. They can help you with any workouts or anything that you're having issues with. And my advisor, I explained to her what my CP, what CP was, what issues I was having, stuff like that. Because up to that point, I would always go to the gym, but I would stay away from upper body workouts. And like because the thing I didn't want is I didn't want there to be a muscle difference. That's what I was afraid of. And for years, that just made me not go to the gym. And I remember January of 2023, it was around this time, I remember something snapped. Something broke in me. I don't like and I say broke as a good way. And that's when I just said screw it. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna see what happens. And I started running. I started working out and running twice a day. I was working out twice a day. I was working out at Planet Fitness in the morning, and then running in the evenings. And this is before I hurt my foot in August. Fast forward to August, I'm like 140. I'm like 150 pounds. Best shape of my life. I'm lean. I feel good. I injured my foot. Then I started really getting into lifting, and about May of no, it was June of 2024. That same advisor sends me a PDF of USAPL's adaptive athlete division, and she said, "You qualify for this. Like everything that you're doing. I mean, you would have to switch gyms, but everything you're doing, you qualify for this." And to get into that, with USAPL adaptive athletes, essentially what you've got to do is when you apply, you have to say, okay, I can't squat to depth because of a balance issue, or I can't keep my right arm completely extended on bench. On bench. I need to use a piece of equipment to grip the bar for my deadlifts. And then once it's approved, they write you a letter, and that letter you can add or remove whatever you want going forward. And then from there, that's your letter. And I went to my first meet in October of 2024, and I just fell in love with the sport from there. I've done a lot of stuff over the last year that I never dreamed I'd be able to do.
So what's the organization if people want to explore powerlifting, adaptive powerlifting? What's the organization that you're with, or that you're classified through?
So there's two powerlifting federations that I am affiliated with. USA Powerlifting. Under that federation, it's called an adaptive athlete, and the other one is Powerlifting United. And under that federation, it's called a parasport athlete. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same criteria, just different verbiage.
Gotcha. Okay, but neither of those are like true para powerlifting, which would be just bench, right?
Yeah. Well, I believe USAPL has para bench. Sorry, I misunderstood the question.
That's okay. No, you didn't misunderstand it. I think what I was trying to clarify is like you're with two federations that you're classified under, but you're classified as an adaptive athlete through like you're not going through like the IPC process where you have to have like a minimum impairment qualification or anything like that.
Well, I think for USA, they have to, for both of them, it's got to be like the total has to be, and by total, when I say total, I mean a total between bench, squat, and deadlift. That's one, basically your best from each has the total like 60 kilograms, which is not much.
Gotcha.
But it's very, I would say it's pretty doable for most, most, if not any body with adaptations that want to compete.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's talk about that first meet that you did. When did you say that was? I think I've got your record up here. It's September 24.
Yeah. September 24.
Set the stage for us. How does a powerlifting meet go? Walk me through that.
So it's comprised of 3 events in this order: squat, bench, deadlift, and you get 3 attempts in each. It's just 9 attempts, and it's a all day thing. And not gonna lie, that first meet in September, I did not know, excuse my French here, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had no clue.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough food. I didn't have enough water. I didn't even have the correct belt to use. I did not know what I was doing. I was vastly unprepared. And actually, funny story. So the belt that I used was one of the referees. One of the refs brought me their belt to use, and it was this like sparkly purple, like sparkly, like lip.
I love that for you.
Leather
I can
belt.
picture it
and
right now.
Dude, my wife and my friends that were there were nicknamed me the angry disco ball of doom, because I was brooding the entire time. Because the one thing that, as a power lifter, you have to stay. I had to stay locked in, like mentally locked in all day, because I had to get angry, and I had to get pissed, like, and just stay there throughout the day. And that first meet was a little crazy, because I didn't know what I was doing, and I found out what I didn't know. My right shoulder has always done this thing where it can pop in and out of place because of CP. There's a muscle difference there. So as I was in position on deadlift, my shoulder was forward.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was going up, I felt it, and it popped back into place as I locked out.
Oh, geez.
So after that meet, I wrote in the next part of my letter, which was to allow me to wear a shoulder brace for bench and deadlift, so I don't tear my shoulder to
Sure.
20,000 pieces. So, but yeah, that first meet, I was a fish out of water. I didn't know what I was doing, but the one thing I did know is I wanted to do it again. I wanted to do it again, and I needed to do it again because I found something that I knew I could be good at, and I proved to myself that I could do hard things after doing that. And I also, the energy in a powerlifting meet it's absolutely insane. It's crazy, and I love it.
No, you did a couple other meets, and then I want to talk about the one you did in October of 25.
Regionals?
Because it was my first time watching a powerlifting meet. We had connected on Instagram, and you said it was coming up. I was like, okay, I'll watch it. You sent me the link, and I have no clue how powerlifting works. I know how Olympic lifting works. And so I'm like trying to track it in a similar way, and I can't. And my wife's like, are we still watching this? I'm like, yes, we have to see Jacob come up. And we're like waiting on it. You do your squat, you do your bench, and then you go up for your deads. And I'm like calculating. I'm like, wait a second. You missed your second deadlift in that.
Which is one. Yeah.
You got your first one. You missed your second, and you had to hit that third.
Yeah. And the thing about that weight, that was only 308 pounds. That's something that I've hit in training more times than I could count. I don't know why I couldn't hit the second one, but I repeated the same weight going into my third. And I remember thinking before going to my third one, I was pissed. I was so angry, and I used every single bit of that anger and that rage.
Wow.
And I told myself 308's not going to beat me. No, I will not allow it to beat me. And I don't care if they red light me. I don't care if I get three reds. I'm going to pick this weight up. I don't care if they don't give it to me. I don't care. I'm doing it. Yeah. And I picked it up, put it down. They gave me the 3 white lights, and then I screamed. So
so I love the rage that you bring. I actually have to hold my rage in, because when I channel my rage, it doesn't work in my favor.
Yeah.
That's been my experience. I love that yours is different, but you're talking about screaming. I screamed at my TV when you hit that, and that was just like I can imagine that's the energy.
I think I remember you. Either you sent it to me or you posted it.
I posted a story of it,
and you tagged me in it, and I think I might have it saved on my phone actually. But yeah, that attempt meant a lot to me, and the reason being is on the way, and I'll make this short. On the way back from my second meet, from the Savannah Spring Classic from 2025, I was in the car with my parents and my wife for about 5 hours driving from Savannah back to Alabama, and I did really good on that meet, and an idea just took a hold of me during the ride back. And it was, why not me?
Yeah.
Why can't I be the best adaptive powerlifter on the planet? And that idea has been driving me since then. I believe I am that. I know that I'm that. And my next meet in 6 months in Chicago at USAPL Raw Nationals, I'm going to show them the best adaptive powerlifter in the nation. Period. Point blank. End of story.
I love that. So when you're driving back from Savannah with your parents and your wife, and you have this realization, do you share it with your parents?
No, I had to, for the entire 5-hour drive back, it was just stewing in my head for 5 hours. I had to had to visualize it and see what that actually, like, yeah, I said it. Yeah, it came into my head, but then it just started to take form in my head and what that actually looked like. And I think that's when I decided I'm going to get a coach, and that's when I started looking at regionals, seeing if I could, what I had to do to qualify, stuff like that. And that's when I actually reached out to the national office and I asked them, what's the qualifying total for an adaptive athlete? And that's when they told me, oh, it's like 60 kilograms or whatever. So I qualified at Savannah, and I didn't even know it.
Oh, you did. Oh, you thought you needed the 315 or whatever at Southeast Regionals.
Yeah. Well, no, that was to qualify for nationals.
Okay.
I was like,
gotcha.
in my head, the way that I did it, the way that I qualified for nationals, I can clear 60 kilograms with my bench press.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So for me, I had two goals in mind. I had to go 6 of 9 or better, and I had to put up a certain amount of weight.
Okay.
I did those two things.
Mm-hmm.
Qualify for nationals.
Okay.
Otherwise I was not going to put myself in there because I didn't achieve the goals that I said I was going to.
So that was a self-imposed kind of thing that you put on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference when I look on this rankings board between single and raw when it talks about equipment?
So with raw, I believe that's just I believe that's just wraps, knee sleeves, and belt. That's at most what you can use. Equipped would be if you're using like a bench shirt. I believe knee wraps as well.
Mm.
And a bench shirt is essentially just something. It's like a elastic shirt that you would wear on bench press to make it easier to bench.
Rebound off the bottom.
Yeah, and I don't use one just because I want to build that strength
mm-hmm.
on my bench specifically because I mean my chest and my upper body have always been weak, and I want to build that as long as I can.
So let's talk about your bench press. You were looking to modify kind of the way you grip for your bench, and you kind of reached out to me. Did you ever connect with anybody from the CrossFit community that actually helped you modify your bench?
Not really. Just because it's a little different. Because the way that with powerlifting, once you get to the bottom, you have to wait until you get the press command to come back up. So I had to approach it from a powerlifting perspective, and it was really just me experimenting with my wraps and just getting my right wrist wrapped correctly to where it would stay in place. But also the reason that I messed with my bench was because what I was doing is I was losing tension at the bottom, which was making me dead press at the bottom to where I had zero momentum.
Yeah.
So I couldn't drive up the way that I was set. And since then I've figured it out because I did 125 this morning and it moved like it should.
Yeah.
And my goal for nationals is 165.3. I want a body weight bench press at nationals.
Nice. How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay. Nice.
So
that's a good weight and a good press for 5'8".
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Nice. 6'2", 195. It gets a little gnarly.
Yeah.
Long arms on a bench, no fun. Long legs on a squat. Long legs on a deadlift. I'd be a shitty power lifter, I think is what I'm getting at.
Hey, you'd be surprised. You trust me, you'd be surprised.
All right. I'm not going to tell you my maxes. They're not quite as impressive, except for the dead. Okay. So where are we going here? All right. So tell me about your coach. Tell me about that relationship with your coach, kind of how your coach coaches for you specifically as an adaptive athlete and what that looks like.
So my coach, Gibby, I actually met him at my first meet. And we just kind of kept in touch after that. And actually, before I went to Savannah, about a week before, or like 2 weeks before, I reached out to him. I said, "Hey, I'm going into this meet afterwards. I'm thinking about getting serious for this thing. Would you mind coaching me?" And he said, "Oh yeah, absolutely. Let me know how it goes, and we'll start after Savannah." And since then, I mean, my numbers have exploded. I've hit maxes I've never even dreamed of. As far as how he coaches, how he constructs my blocks for me as an adaptive athlete, it's really a lot of isolation work to strengthen my right side, specifically for squat. If you actually look at most of, if not all of my squat videos that I post, you can actually see my right side. And I don't know if you have this same problem where my right leg will actually go in.
Oh yeah. Valgus inward.
Yeah, it'll actually like knock in, like you can actually see like my balance give a little bit, and I just have to pop out of the hole. And to combat that, we just do a lot of isolation work, and that's really that. And with my upper body, it's a lot of just like I keep saying, just isolation work, just to strengthen my right side, because I know you'll understand this. My left side takes the brunt of most of the weight that I'm trying to push.
Yeah.
And it does that for everything. My left side is just naturally more strong than my right side because, well, that's how CP works.
Right. So like when you're coming out of the hole on a back squat, your left leg is basically that first stage of the rocket booster, kind of getting it started, and then your right leg kind of comes in and picks up, at least in my experience.
Yeah, you can there's one video that I posted a couple of months ago where you can actually see the activation in my legs. Like you can see it. You can see my left leg activates more than my right.
Yeah.
And it's just CP's crazy.
Yeah, man. No, I've watched your videos. I can picture your posterior chain in my dreams.
That's funny.
We're going to go into a lightning round.
All right, let's go.
So you host a podcast as well. You're actually the first person I've had on the podcast who also hosts a podcast. This is some Inception level stuff.
Yes.
What is your podcast about?
Well, if you want to take a guess, just look at my background.
It is Star Wars.
It is a Star Wars podcast. Ding, 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 ding. It is called Tales from Tashi Station. It's the name. I figured out the name because it's a deep cut from A New Hope, when Luke and his uncle Lars are picking up R2 and 3PO for the first time. Luke complains to his uncle, says, "I was going to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters," and I just that name just for some reason stuck with me, and I was like, I'm going to name my podcast Tales from Tashi Station because it's a mouthful, but also it's a deep cut that only the real nerds are going to understand. So I'm going to do that one.
There you go. There you go. What is your favorite way to spend a rest day?
Honestly, you're going to think I'm crazy, but cold plunge.
Cold plunge.
Get me in a cold plunge.
Really, that works for you? Dude, it hurts so bad on my body.
It sucks, but I love it. After the first 2 minutes, everything gets easy.
Okay.
Just breathe.
All right.
But yes, cold plunge.
What is your 100%. Go-to snack during competition?
I'm gonna have to go with my old faithful friend Uncrustables.
Oh, hey!
I eat those and sour strips. I eat religiously during a competition. So
okay, hey man, that's fast carbs. That's good.
Yeah, that's fast carbs. It's delicious, and I use it in the next 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
if you're training and we're listening to music together, what are we listening to?
Probably some heavy metal. Specifically, I'm into. It's when I'm lifting heavy. It's a Norse metal band by the name of Amon Amarth. They're a Viking metal band that it's literally like Norse mythology, like heavy metal. It's so crazy, but I love it.
Hey, we got some friends of the pod who are big metal fans, so I think there's people who are going to take you up on that offer. Fill in the blank. Adaptation has taught me blank.
Adaptation has taught me what I'm capable of. Yeah. Because honestly, if I wouldn't have found powerlifting, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now had I not found adaptive powerlifting or even the courage to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because like I said, when I first started this journey 3 years ago, when all I wanted to do was lose weight and gain my confidence back, I didn't have any aspirations to do this. I didn't have any aspirations to go to USAPL nationals or do anything like that. I just wanted to get my confidence back. I just wanted to lose weight. I wanted to be confident in who I was. And adaptive powerlifting has done that. I'm in a much better place mentally and physically than I have been in probably my entire life. And powerlifting, specifically adaptive powerlifting, is to thank for that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that mentality thing for a second. What are some concrete ways that your mentality has just shifted since you've become an adaptive athlete doing powerlifting?
I just know I'm capable of doing hard stuff. I mean, and not just that. I mean, the way that I had to create an iron will that will never be broken. I don't care what I have to do to reach my goals. I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. You're not going to stop me. I've been told my entire life, and I know you have too. You're not going to do X because of your CP. You're not going to do Y because of your CP. You're not going to do yada 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 because of your CP. Okay, sit down and watch me. Mm-hmm. Now, sit down and watch me. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly what I can do. And that's just my mentality. I'm going to do this, and I don't have any other option. And if you're gonna stop me, you're gonna have to kill me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just point blank. End of story.
Yeah, yeah. It's who you are now. I mean, it's integrated who you are as a person with CP with this drive that you've always had within you that's been looking for a home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Yeah. I would say.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, as we get ready to wrap up, you're on the journey towards fatherhood. You've got a kid on the way.
Yes.
That's got to be so exciting. Mm-hmm. I wonder if you've thought about fatherhood through the lens of you as a kid growing up with CP, the story you said of your dad saying, quote, yeah, that's not going to be my son. Have you thought about what your experience or what you want out of fatherhood after what was modeled for you by your dad and what you've experienced as a kid?
Matt, that I'm going to tell you something. That's been something on my mind since I was probably 16 years old. Probably, I mean, since I was old enough to realize that one day I want to have kids. And honestly, it scares me. It scares me being a dad with mild CP, being a father with mild CP, being able to, change diapers, feed a baby, like all the stuff that comes with it. And that's the thing I'm terrified about. It's not being a father that scares me. I'm going to be the best father that I can.
Yeah.
To my kid. And that's modeled from my father, from my brother, from their examples that I've seen from them, and everything else is just I'm going to have to figure it out. I mean, I'm going to have to figure it out just like I have with CP with everything else.
Right. You're going to do everything just a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure it out. And we're excited. We actually find out the gender on Sunday. We're doing a gender reveal on Sunday, and it's gonna be a wild ride, and I honestly can't wait for it.
I'm so excited for you. I used to teach a class at our local hospital system for soon-to-be dads. It's just about everything to expect. And the one thing I would always tell these guys who were terrified, right, was just like, dude, like in the truest sense, we were made to do this. Like to be dads. And something's going to like ignite in you when that baby shows up on the scene that you're not even prepared for it. And all these skills that you didn't even know you had are just going to, and you're going to realize that like, oh, that weird way that your arm actually hangs is actually the perfect spot for a sleeping child.
Yeah, it's actually going to work.
It's going to work so well. And then when it kind of gets locked up a little bit, that's actually the perfect spot they want to sit when they're like 2 years old. And so carrying them for long periods of time, that's just how our arm always is. It was meant to be a sling for that kid, I'll
take your word for it.
Hey, it's going to be great, dude. All right. I got one last question for you as we wrap up.
All right, go ahead.
If you could go back and talk to Jacob from, let's say, January 2023, when you were kind of starting to figure stuff out, right? When all those changes were happening, what would you tell him to encourage him?
Just keep going, Jake. Keep going. I know what you're thinking right now. It sucks. I know where you are right now. But once you're at the end of this, you're going to be someone that you're never even thought of. And I'll even go back. I'm going to turn the clock back on you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to 8-year-old me. If the child version of me saw someone like me, saw someone like you doing what you're doing or I'm doing with mild CP, I'd be obsessed with them. I know I would. And I would tell my younger self, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. People are going to laugh at you. People are going to mock you. People are going to say stuff. Let them say it. Let them do it. It's not going to matter. It's you against you. No one else matters.
Yep.
Try attack this thing the best you can, and I swear to God, you'll have the best life you've ever dreamed of. And I mean, that's honestly that for anybody that's got CP, mild CP, that's watching this or listening to this, just keep going. I mean, trust me, I know it's going to suck. I've been down some dark roads myself, and yeah, this thing sucks if you let it. But at the end of the day, it's worth it. Doing the hard stuff, finding a purpose, inspiring other people that have CP, it's worth it. I mean, that's something that I never wanted. I never wanted to inspire other people. I mean, not just other people with CP, but I've got other people, normal people, who are telling me that I'm an inspiration, that what I'm doing is great, and all this stuff. And I never wanted to do any of this. I just wanted to lose weight. I just wanted to get confidence back. And now I've got a platform I never expected, and well, I'm leading people in a way that I never thought I could. So, to end on it, all this is just a happy accident.
Yeah. Thanks so much for being on the podcast, dude.
Anytime, dude. It was again. Thank you for having me. This was great, man. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the podcast. What really stuck with me from this conversation was that Jacob didn't start this journey expecting to win medals. He started this journey so that he could feel better. I mean, that's so true for so many of us adaptive athletes, right? Now, so often we get fixated on the medals. We get fixated on the opportunities to stand on a podium. But the truth is, behind all that fitness, we're actually just making our lives better. We're making today better than yesterday. And we have to remind ourselves that path isn't always a straight line. It's just a decision every day to show up and to put in the effort. So if you or someone you know is living with a disability and wondering whether competitive powerlifting might be the thing for them, Jacob did a solid job in this episode of breaking down how the USAPL Adaptive Athlete Division actually works. Barrier to entry is accessible, so it just might be your thing. If this episode was useful to you, share it, especially during CP Awareness Month. A follow, a like, or just texting this to someone who could use it goes a long way towards growing this community. I'm Matt Hotho, and I'll see you next time.